The first 3 episodes of Season 2 of The Buccaneers have struck a fair mix between romance, heartbreak, family, and friendship, which contributed to the popularity of Season 1. Unfortunately, Episode 4 of the show suffers from excessive character self-defeating. This episode of The Buccaneers begins just after Nan leaves Tintagel and shows us her reunion with Guy and Ginny in Italy, in contrast to the second episode of the season, which had a significant time leap. Despite her engagement to Hector, Lizzie and Theo get together when Nan leaves. Additionally, after Theo forces his mother to leave the palace, Reed pays her a visit, and we find out more about their relationship. Blanche's interactions with Reed in this episode further solidify her status as one of the Buccaneers' most notable characters from Season 2. Their discussions not only provide additional insight into Blanche's past, but they also enable the program to go deeper into a more complex and poignant love story than it has in the past. Blanche wonders if she and Reed would have been happy together or if the attraction of the relationship was all imagination, which makes it a fantastic contrast to Nan's relationship with Guy and her choice in this episode. The scenes involving Blanche and Reed also demonstrate how uncommon it is to see romantic connections between older characters on television. In this episode, Blanche and Reed offer a welcome maturity, especially because the Buccaneers place a lot of emphasis on the younger generation. When I imagined Nan and Guy getting back together, I thought it would be a happy time for both of them. There is a significant deal of awkwardness when Nan initially appears and observes how successfully Ginny and Guy have adapted to their life together. Even though the program does lean into the romance and excitement of it in certain ways, the two even crash a wedding together. Although this is realistic and Nan couldn't have intended for them to be unhappy, it ultimately deprives Guy and Nan, who are meant to be the Buccaneers' greatest romance, of their significant, completely happy reunion. The scenes involving Guy and Nan also occur quite close to where James has just located Ginny. The gloom of that plotline naturally permeates Nan and Guy's, and Paloma's depiction of them together brings it even more grounded. The briefness of the reunion doesn't help either, and I'll admit that I'm a little perplexed by Nan's hasty departure. A portion of the problem stems from the show's poor explanation of the law Nan and Hector are working on and how it would benefit Ginny. Nan's decision is made even more difficult to comprehend by the ambiguity of the details, particularly considering how shortly after her arrival in Italy it occurred. Another character in this episode whose choices are difficult to comprehend is Lizzie, who and Theo give way to their love for one another during a garden party. As with Nan's decision to go back to Tintagel, the decision's haste is a contributing factor. Even though Lizzie and Hector have a strong chemistry and he seems to really care about her, the program hasn't done enough to convince me that they make a good couple thus far. It's difficult to support Lizzie and Theo thus far, despite their obvious attempts to establish themselves as one of the show's greatest love tales and their shared struggles with Guy and Nan. Despite the Buccaneers' tendency to self-destruct in Season 1, it was frequently more entertaining to watch than annoying. Their choices were always made with a winningly youthful flair, in quest of pleasure, true love, or both, and even when they made poor choices, they were simple to understand. It's not very entertaining to see some of the characters in this episode feel like they're purposefully ruining their own happiness by always taking the most difficult route. Thank you for watching. Please, subscribe.